Welcome back to the full stack inventory management system tutorial. In the last episode, we implemented the user authentication, covering the login routes, controller, middleware, error handling, and the API documentation with Swagger. You can check the link of this previous video in the top right corner. Now we are taking it step further by securing our API and ensuring data integrity. Role-based access control, RBAC, restrict access based on user roles, admin, manager, users, supplier manager, whatever role we have in our inventory management system. Product routes with the pagination and filtering, implement APIs for creating, listing, and filtering products efficiently. Request body validation with Joy, NPM package, ensure the incoming data follows the control or the correct structure before processing. So by the end of this video, you will have a secure and the well-validated authentication system, ensuring that only authorized user can access or modify product data while maintaining the data integrity. So let's dive in. So you already created the tables for the users. Now we have to create the tables of the product. So if I go to the product table schema, the product tables will be look like this. We'll have the ID, the primary key, name, description, price, stock quantity, status, and created at. So I'll go to the VS Code editor and create the schema for these products, the next schema. So this is the project inventory management project, and here inside the database directory we have this migration directory, and inside it we have this create product tables script. Here we have to add this schema for the product table, and we have to add also the down to roll back the table. So here is the schema. Whatever we described in the documentation, we have the ID, name, descriptions, price, stock quantity, status, created, and the updated date column here. So I will provide. You will get this schema, the create product table.js script in the repository, and the repository link will get in the description section. So now I have to migrate these products tables in our database. So let me check what table we have in the database. The command is psql -u postgres. And if I go inside our database, which is the inventory management, have the tables only the user. Now we have to create the products tables. So for this, I will go to the VS Code editor, and next I will go to the terminal and inside the database directory. And here I will roll back all the migration we did previously. So the command is next migrate rollback. So it will revert all the changes we have made so far in the database, and next I will migrate our latest changes with the user and the product. Before this, let's check what tables we have. We have only the next migration and the migrations log. Now if I run the migrate next migrate latest, so this will create the user tables and the product tables in our database. So let's see. So you can see we have these products tables and the user tables. So if I describe the products tables, so you can see we have all the columns, whatever we mentioned in the script file. And next we have to seed the data of the users. So we have to run again the next seed :run. And we will have all the seed data for the user, but not the products. Products we will create from the API by using by hitting the API. So now let's create those API. So next I will go to the model directory, create the products class, which will interact the products tables in the database using next.js. So we have this products model.js. Here first I will import the database connections, const and db or to require from the database connection. So that will have in the dot dot slash database slash connection file, and next we will have the class, the class product class. So in the product class, we can have the multiple methods like the get all products, get products by ID, create, update, delete. But in this video, we will explore only the create product and the get all product. So other I will remove. We don't need the constructor here. And we have specific the product model. So in the these dot tables, it will be the our table's name, which is the products. Similarly here, and after create, we will return whatever it's inserted. So it will be returning star. Next, I have to export this class. Next, I will go to the controller directory and the products.controller.js. So the controller handles the HTTP request for managing the products. So here it will include the fetching products and the creating new products. So it will use the products model. So first I will import this product model. Const product require models. From the models we'll get the products dot slash models products dot models. And next we already created the response helper, the centralized response helper for the success and the error response. So we'll get the success response and the error response here. So const success response and the error response. So we have the helpers directory, and inside helpers directory we have this response.helper. Next I will create the methods to retrieve products from the database. So exports dot get products, and it will take the request and response. So if you see in the product model, we have the product.getAll, which will retrieve all the products from the database. And next we have to return the success response with the response data, and the message will be products retrieved successfully. And next we'll have the status code, the HTTP status code 200 for the successful retrieval. And if anything error happens, we have to return the error response with the response error message, and the status code 500. Next we will create the method to create the product. So exports dot create product. So in the product model we have the method create, so product dot create, and we will pass this object, the product object, which will contains the named cost rate, quantity, etc., the required information to create the product. And next, here we don't need new because we are returning the instance of the product class, so it will only have the await product.create. So it will automatically create the product in the database and return the newly created product. And the response will have the response, the product it created message, and the status code 201 to create product creation successful. And next, if anything error happens, it will return the error response. Next, I will create the routes file for the products, which will defines the API endpoints for managing the products. So I will go to the routes directory. So src we have the routes directory, and inside we have this products.routes. First I will import the required modules. So first I have to import the express.js. So const express to require express, and next the router instance. It will create an express router instance allowing us to define the routes. And next I have to import the controller. So the controller, like the create product and the get product. So we only have the create and the get products from the controllers directory and the products dot controller. Next I will have the route for the create product, and next for the get product, and next I will export the router so that it can be imported in the other file. And next I will go to the index.js, and here you can see we have this the user routes. Now I will add the product route, and I will use the router dot use products product route. Our routes is added. Next we have to test this products route by the Swagger documentation. So in api.yml file we already have the routes added for the authentication, like the login registration. I will add the routes for the products like the create and the post products. So you can have this api.yml in our repository, and the link will get in the description. So if you see, I added the products route, the get products in the Swagger documentation, and also the post. Now I will run the server in the debug mode. So before that, let's add the breakpoint here. So we'll try the create product and the get product. So I will add the breakpoint in the create product, and also the get product. Now let's run the script start, and it will start the server in the debug mode. So you can see the server started, it listening on the port 3000, and also the database connection established. Now I will browse the Swagger documentation where it is the localhost 3000 slash API docs, and you can see we have this login routes and the products, get products, and the post products. So if I go to the get products and if I try this route, and we can easily debug, so you can see it landed to this get products route, and we have this, it try to call this method, and if we step over, so we have in the model, we landed to the model, and next it will return the value, and it will return the value promise, and next the product is 0. We don't have any product right now in the database. So if we select star from products, we don't have any products, so that's why it's a return 0. And next we don't have any error right now, that's why it's we'll go to the success response, and here the products retrieved successfully. Now if I go to the Swagger UI, and here we get this server response success, products retrieved successfully, and we don't have any products, that's why the data is empty array. Next we will try to create the product, and we will try it out. We have already have this example: name, smartphone, description, latest model, price, stock quantity, and status active. We'll execute this. It actually land to this create product, and here it will go to the model create product. It will create the product here. we have the data, whatever we send from the Swagger in the API request body, we have these details, and we have the return value promise. Now if I step over, so I'll get the, here I get the newly created product here, the created at description ID. It's the first product, that's why it's created the ID one. And next it will go to the success response, and here we have this log, the product created successfully. And next if I go to the Swagger, you can see it's executed, status is active, and the response is success, product created successfully, and the newly created product. Now we can verify same from the database, select star from the products, and you can see we have this products one. If I expand display on, extended display on, you can see the products whatever we put here. We can also verify by getting the products by calling this get products. Previously we have seen there is no products. Now if I execute this, and here if I, the product retrieved successfully, and now if I go here, its product retrieved successfully, and we have this product. From this create products, we also receiving the products we created just right now. We can see also in our log file it's logged successfully or not. So if I go to the, so you can see we have all the logs whatever we have in the console. So that's it for this video. In this part of this tutorial, we focused on implementing the product creation and the retrievals APIs, but without authentication, RBAC, or the request validation. These foundational steps set the stage for securing our routes and improving the data integrity. So in the next episode of the same video, we'll dive deeper into the adding authentication middleware to protect the API routes, implementing role-based access control RBAC for managing user permissions, validating request data with joy to ensure the structure and the secure inputs. So stay tuned for the next part. If you are following this series, don't forget to like the video to support the content. Drop a comment if you have any questions. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episodes. Thanks for watching and keep learning.